couple years ago, I got asked to do this shoot at a college graduation ceremony. And what they wanted was for there to be a graduate in the center and this camera spinning around the graduate as they threw their hat. I was like, yeah, we can do that. And I devised a plan of some sort of rotating camera around a base. There was gonna be a pole in the middle and the camera's gonna somehow spin around it. And I was gonna figure that out. They ended up scrapping the idea, they didn't wanna do it. But then, just the other day, Pete, in one of his videos, highlighted this very similar thing, but it was like balls dropping down. And then right after that, I saw this guy, Chris TV on Instagram, and he was doing a food shoot with another very similar, like, arm attached to the center of a table and then camera spins around the food, and it looked really cool. I was like, I wanna do that. I wanna do that. So this is the plan that I devised. Attach this hinge onto the edge of my dad's workbench, and I'm gonna put a bar right here, and then there's gonna be a ball head on that, and it's gonna be able to swivel around as I throw up these dice, or at least that's the hope. Now I got the basic motion here. What do you think? You think that's gonna work? Also, just so you know, my dad's back there supervising. So I need to be able to attach a ball head to this. I'm using this L bracket, and I just have this 1/4 20 1-inch, which 1-inch was overkill, but that was all that I could find. What I actually want to do is shoot this at 180 frames per second. So I'm gonna make it really bright. And these fluorescents obviously won't work. Okay, this is the lighting setup. We got this work light up here, right there. We got this work light right here. And here's where all the action happens. Here's the camera. So first I gotta unbox this little box with my knife. For this section, I shot in 4K, and then I used the Orion York tracking method. There's also a plugin that can help you achieve this tracking look, but it just fails so often if the object gets sort of obstructed or if there's a lot of motion blur, which in this case there is because I didn't overcrank the shutter. So for this shot, I decided to manually track. So it's a super simple method. Basically, you turn on the horizon guide view, and then you select your clip, and then bring up this visual transform modifier. That's what I'm calling it. Then go ahead and put the object that you want to track in the dead center of the frame, and then increase the scale of your clip so that the frame is completely covered. Then go ahead and add a keyframe in the visual transform modifier window. From that point, you just move forward 2 frames, reposition the object dead center in the window, move forward 2 frames, reposition the object dead center in the window, and you just do that until you're done. For this clip, it took me less than 5 minutes to track it. Also, I guess while we're in the editor here, a couple of notes about the edit. Sound design was actually mostly diegetic, but there were a couple clips where I had to bring in outside sound design, either due to a mistake or just like because I couldn't get the recording close enough to the noise. So the pencil sound is from Epidemic, the chop saw sound is from Epidemic, and the clamp releasing sound is from Epidemic. I also used some super subtle J&L cuts in order to make sure that the ambient sound blended well from cut to cut. All that was left in terms of the shoot was just record the dice, and that was just a matter of trial and error where my dad was throwing the camera and I was throwing the dice, and we were hoping for the best. It seemed pretty good. And that's that. If you like this video, you're gonna love these 3 videos in this playlist, so go ahead and watch all of those the whole way through. Thanks so much for being here.